I think Notre Dame is an excellent team.
Yeah, and they're playing as well as almost anybody.
Jeremiah
right now.
loves having a great year. Price is a great, really terrific supplemental back. Carr has played really well. Their defense. There's a lot of really terrific things about Notre Dame. But you lost to Miami, who has the same record. Now, Notre Dame, to its credit,
it's rattled off 10 straight,
was in 10 consecutive playoff games. If they lost one of them, they're out of it.
Yeah.
And they won all 10. So let's give credit where credit's due. But when I look at this, I mean, that's the part that is bothersome, right? Because right now, the first team out is BYU, ironically. And they're not getting in unless they beat Texas Tech.
Right. Yeah, not
they have no chance. Okay? Miami can't do anything about it. They're 12.
No.
They can do nothing about it. Texas is 13. Can't do anything about it. Notre Dame's not playing this weekend.
Yeah.
You're not going to penalize Alabama.
No.
Unless they get blown out by Georgia. And Alabama's already beaten Georgia this year. In Athens, no less.
So I think that's got to play a role.
Right. I mean, so who doesn't get hurt here? The loser of Indiana, Ohio State doesn't get hurt.
No, they got to buy. Both teams got to buy.
Texas Tech doesn't get hurt if they lose to
BYU.
They
lose. No, if they win, if they beat BYU, they got the buy. Yeah.
Oregon doesn't play. Not going to hurt. They're not moving.
No. And they deserve to be in.
Ole Miss doesn't play. They're not moving.
Same team deserves to be in.
Texas A&M is not playing. They're not moving. Oklahoma doesn't play. They're not moving. And you're not going to penalize Alabama for playing Georgia as an extra game.
No.
Okay? Notre Dame is not moving. All right? So when you look at this, okay, BYU's only chance is to win. And then if they win, they bump somebody out. They could bump out Notre Dame. Okay? Because you're not going to bump out Texas Tech.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Miami is sitting there at 12. They're actually like 2 spots out. Vanderbilt is after Texas. Now, Texas did beat Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Right? But Texas has lost 3 times. Vanderbilt's only lost twice. Then, of course, Utah's no shot. Then it's USC. Virginia's 17. The second highest ranked ACC team. Right? Now, with a win, they would make the playoff.
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Well, no, they would make it because now they are ahead of both Tulane.
Tulane. Yeah, that's
and,
right.
Okay? They're ahead of Tulane. They're ahead of North Texas at this point, and they're ahead of James Madison. Okay, the only one that's playing among those teams that has no shot is Troy. Troy is playing James Madison. Okay, they're 8-4. They have no shot of making it. So between James Madison, North Texas, and Tulane, one of them is going to get a spot in, and if Duke wins, 2 of those are going to get in, unless it's Troy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be where this now furthers. We're on pace, at least, to where you're going to make the argument for 16 teams very soon.
By the way, did you see Penn State actually got votes in the American Football Coaches Association poll?
Really?
Yeah, they did. How about that? Didn't expect that.
Did not, no.
Okay, that's fine.
Nope.
Just thought I'd point it out. Right. All right. But this is where we are with this. And by the way, Navy still has to play Army. They're 9-2, and Navy's ranked. But I mean, I have no issue with the Notre Dame football team at all. They are well coached.
Yeah.
They have a terrific young quarterback, a dynamic running back, very good defense. I got it. But when you were sitting there with two teams with identical records,
one of which beat you head to head,
they played. And it does not matter that it was Labor Day weekend. You took your shot. You did not win. That has to be on the table and hanging over the decision the entire time. Okay? Miami did not win the game on a fluke.
No.
It wasn't something crazy. They just won the game. And that doesn't matter? We're sitting there looking at metrics.
Should.
We're sitting there looking at metrics. We're sitting there looking at, what are we looking at metrics for? They played. And it doesn't matter it was Labor Day. You played.
Absolutely.
Well, because you played, one team won and the other one didn't.
Yeah.
That's your playoff game. This is for the last spot because Notre Dame has the last spot right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically Alabama has the last spot. I think they're 10, right? Alabama.
Notre Dame's 10.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame's 10. You're right.
Yep.
Notre Dame's 10.
Yeah.
All right, Alabama.
Which I was surprised on.
Alabama's 10 in the AP poll.
AP poll.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Notre Dame dropped. I thought for sure. Well, of course, Texas A&M losing was a big factor there, but I'm surprised Notre Dame dropped because I think from a network perspective, would they want a home game for Notre Dame? You better believe it. They don't get the chance very often. But at this point, they should. Yeah, I agree with you.
The home game thing doesn't matter. You earn.
You earn the playoff. This is all berth.
About earning.
Yeah,
spots.
Absolutely.
You're right about the 16. There's going to be a big push on.
I think so too. There's no doubt. There's going to be questions. I think within the committee. Urban Meyer. Like him or not, I think he's notorious for making very good points. I don't think there's any doubt. And another one that he's made is, you look at the Big Noon team. You have national champions, Heisman Trophy winners, coaches that have won national championships, and they argue to the point that they get in fistfights and can't get it right. How does this committee get it right? And that's, I think he's absolutely right about that.
Well, what I always find interesting is that when the committee tries to explain what's going on, they'll talk about the strength of somebody's offensive line versus. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Literally.
Look, metrics are helpful.
Sure.
There's no getting around it. People hate the words when they hear the words eye test. Okay? There's a lot of people that don't like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I understand that. But there are times when you see something, and when you look at it, you know it's good.
Yes.
And you sit back and I talk about having a feel for something. I mean, metrics help. There's no doubt about that. Especially when you're trying to parse
absolutely.
between. But sometimes your gut has to tell you who should be there. Well, when it comes to Notre Dame and Miami, I don't need a gut feel. I watch them play. Miami have more points. And I'm not here. I mean, I could care less if Miami gets in.
Right.
Hey, I don't care. This is not one of those where I have some vested interest in what's going on. I have no interest in what's going on in it. But if you're sitting in the room, I'm looking around at everybody and say, excuse me. They played. They won.
Sure. Beat them head to head, which matters.
Okay. We're done.
Yeah.
This is not one of those where Notre Dame is 6th or 7th.
Right.
Right now, Notre Dame is the last team in. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.